Whoa! Let's go faster! This is amazing! Oh, and back to reality. Hey friends, I was just pretending to be on a roller coaster. I really want to go to an amusement park, but I can't afford it right now. I guess I need to pick up a side job so I can have a little extra spending money. When I was in college, my side job was through something called work study. Oh, which reminds me! Today we're going to be talking about winning with work study, including applications with eligibility, job selection and qualifications, average hours including the logistics of locations and scheduling, and amount of payment based on job type and payment methods. Let's hop on this ride and get going! And our amusement park day begins with applications for work study. Federal Work Study provides part-time jobs for students to earn more money while enrolled in college. Work study is available for undergraduate students who demonstrate financial need, which means you must apply. Now, fortunately, the preliminary application is one that we've talked about before, the FAFSA. When you fill out the FAFSA, you can simply mark a box saying that you'd like to be considered for work study. For more information about the FAFSA, check out our previous lesson, Flourishing with Financial Aid. Be aware, if your financial situation changes drastically for the better during your college journey, you may no longer be eligible for work study. For instance, if a tornado of money just blows into my life one day, the millionaire me will no longer be eligible to receive federal work study. Now, even if you are eligible for work study, that does not guarantee you a job. You will still need to find and apply for specific positions. Usually, a university's work study jobs are available for viewing on their website. You can apply for some online through your student portal, and some you may have to apply through an email or cover letter. The variety of jobs depends on the school and the year. If a lot of work study students graduate the semester before you attend, there will be a large amount of job openings. The opposite can also be true. The job selection can range from clerical work to cafeteria jobs to library employment. Because my graduate school was an art school, some job listings also included managing the film equipment, running sewing machines, and being a museum curator. Now, each of these jobs may require different application processes. Some may have a simple form to fill out, while others require portfolios, examples of work, interviews, cover letters, resumes, or more. The higher paid jobs will probably require a more intensive hiring process. And speaking of intense, let's move on to the second ride of our work study amusement park with average hours. Work study jobs are only intended to be part-time. Students are usually permitted to work only a certain number of hours. That way, you have plenty of time to go to classes, do homework, sleep, eat, and do all the other life stuff you need. Now, not all work-study jobs are on campus. Some universities allow local nonprofits to hire work-study students. Off-campus jobs can be in multiple fields like healthcare, childcare, community improvement, support services for students with disabilities, mentoring activities like tutoring, and recreational activities, and more. Usually, students are allowed to work between 10 and 20 hours per week. Scheduling is typically flexible and can work around the student's class schedule. For instance, in my undergrad, I had a work-study job as the assistant secretary in the humanities department. I could work 20 hours per week, so I would usually go in the mornings and work until I had class. One of the best parts of a clerical job was that I could do my homework when I didn't have any work assignments. Although I loved my work-study job, I didn't love that it paid so little. Work-study is intended to be extra money to help cover living expenses like gas, groceries, cell phone bills, or educational costs such as textbooks, note cards, writing utensils, and other materials. Quick warning, work-study will probably not be enough to completely cover all life expenses. So you may need to take out a loan or get an additional part-time job. And while we're on the subject of additional things, let's look at the last addition to our work-study amusement park: amount of payment. Work-study jobs usually pay the federal minimum wage, so lower your expectations of massively huge paychecks. Sometimes universities will give work-study students a little higher wages if they have the funding. Also, certain jobs may pay more than others. Students who have specific skill sets might also get more money. For instance, at my graduate school, high-level writing tutors, docents, and fitness instructors received higher pay. Typically, undergraduate students are paid hourly, which means that you receive money based on how many hours you work. For example, if you work 20 hours per week and are paid $7.25 per hour, your salary will be $145 per week, or about $580 per month. And since we're talking about months, let's go over how often you get your money. Give me my money, honey. Your wages are usually deposited once a month. If you have special circumstances and need to be paid more often, you can speak to the financial aid office. Generally, your payment is a direct deposit. When you begin your job, you will fill out your paperwork to allow them to send your wages directly to your bank account. Now, some of you may be questioning why you would take a work-study job when it doesn't really pay all that much. I mean, usually they're minimum wage and part-time. So is it really worth it when you might be able to get a side job that pays more? Well, one of the pros of work-study is that your earnings will not affect your FAFSA for the next year. Yay! Sound the band! Drop the confetti! Bring in the balloons! Woo! Your earnings from work-study are not counted in your FAFSA, so they will not affect how much you are awarded the next school year. You will, however, need to report your payment amount on your taxes. Your university will give you a tax form, usually a 1099 form, to file. If you don't know much about taxes, don't worry. We'll be discussing that and other life skills in a future course. I don't know about you, but I'm hoping that my future holds a lot of places like this amusement park. Thanks for joining me today on my roller coaster adventure as we learned all about applications with eligibility, job selection, and qualifications, average hours, including the logistics of locations and scheduling, and amount of payment based on job type and payment methods. Well, I need to think about different side jobs I can apply for while you look at the supplementary materials for this lesson to prepare for our next class with our favorite CBC. Until then, keep constructing your college castle in the sky. Ooh, yum!